Well, hello, my lords and ladies. Welcome to an unboxing of the Chronicles of Drunagor Age of Darkness Spoil of Wars expansion pack. This video comes to you from Bishop Greewell8793. Thank you for the little donation. You're awesome. And we're going to be painting this expansion up here pretty quick, but let's give a quick look at it and do a quick unboxing. I had bought this a long time ago. I just never got around to painting it, but Bishop, you have given me new motivation, so thank you for that. I really enjoyed the Chronicles of Drunagor series. I loved painting the regular box, and we're going to do the expansion now. So let's do a little unboxing. The art in this game is phenomenal. They did a really good job at Creative Studios. I enjoyed it. It's very, very neat. Alright, so obviously when you open it first, you're going to see all of your monster pack and everything you're going to have in there. This expansion comes with a lot of stuff. A lot of good miniatures that we're going to break down. Some rules expansions, some new characters, and obviously your credits of who designed this game. So, yeah. You're going to get in this box the expanded version of all of your heroes. They have the regular cards that have everybody on it, and those are fine, but if you wanted to use a bigger mat, they give you these ones, which I think are a little bit better. So you have Maya, Shadow, looks pretty good. Petro, little paladin action right there. Arcanos, little mage. Duncan, dwarf warrior. Torque, we already painted Torque from a different video. Jade was the paladin. I guess the other one guy was the cleric. Devron, I'm really looking forward to painting that one. Barrick, orc sorcerer, also looking forward to painting this one. Flavian, little bard action, I like it. Druid of Savron, looks pretty nice. Human monk and the sun, and we're back to Maya. So the art looks pretty good, gives you something to paint off of, good base. Looks pretty decent in my opinion. Alright, now looking through the miniatures, they put them in these nice little boxes. We're going to do it one by one so you can kind of get a look at them. Let me fix the focus on this thing. It does not autofocus because then it jumps all over the place, so get you a good look at all these miniatures. This one's pretty tiny, but shouldn't be something that we can't paint up and look pretty decent, actually. A lot of those cracks and crevices will look good with the contrast paints we'll use on there and everything else. Again, another small miniature. These ones are super tiny. This isn't the tiniest one at all of them, and you'll see here in a little bit the bard or whatever. It's like the size of your thumbnail. The quality on these are pretty decent. Obviously, they're not as good as Descent, and they're definitely not as good as any Warhammer miniature you'll get, but they still do look pretty decent, especially if you're using contrast paints and get it into the recesses with some washes and whatnot. It'll turn out pretty good. We're painting up the Elden Ring ones right now, and they're okay, but I feel like they're just mundane and very bleh. So not enjoying painting that as much as I thought I was going to paint or enjoy painting it. You have all your cards here if you want to go off those arts, which was probably the best. You can knock those bad boys out. All of your character cards and all of your spells and status and the like. Alright, breaking down the next box here. We should see some of these hero miniatures and everything else. So again, not terrible, and the mold lines are actually to a minimum on a lot of these miniatures. There's a couple, obviously, because it's resin, but not terrible. Some of these miniatures you pull out of these games, it seems like they have more mold lines than actual recesses and depth to them than anything else. So these are pretty good. Your standard game board miniature sizes. The quality on them is pretty good. Now I understand for a company, if you want to do like high-res miniatures, the hard plastic, which hard plastic in my opinion is the best, it does cost a lot more money. And obviously there's a lot of things going on in the world where it does cost a lot more, and you got to kind of pick and choose what you want to do as far as miniatures go and where you're going to put quality versus kind of cutting corners and saving some money, because these board games are not cheap to develop. They're not cheap to create, all of the creative design that goes into them, and it's definitely not easy to logistically get them back to wherever they need to go. So it is a lot of time and money, so I do appreciate when they are better, but I understand it when they're not from a business aspect. But these are pretty good. These will paint up just fine. This one kind of melts into the base, so not the best on that one, but it is still pretty good. The bard here, or whatever this is, I forgot what this was, or which character it was. The detail on that one seems to be a little bit better than the other ones, with the facial expressions especially. But again, this one kind of melts into the bottom, but it still looks good from the base up. This one is tiny. I don't even know how I'm going to paint this one, or if I'm going to even paint it. Look how small that thing is on the back, the character writing it. And I think we're about to get to the smallest one of them all. Nope, not yet. This is the dwarf. This one will be fun to paint. And if you want to see something specifically painted first, please let me know in the comments. We do take requests. This is the one I'm talking about. My lord, look how small this thing is. I'm going to need 2 sets of glasses and a magnifying glass just to paint that thing. Whew. Should be fun. These wolves won't be too bad. Obviously, we'll be using a lot of contrast paints, a lot of white. Can't hold up my hands. Sometimes they're so small. I mean, I don't have extremely large hands, but they're probably normal, and they are tiny. Very, very tiny. So even get some treasure boxes in here. Be a good way to paint up. Reaching back into the box, what else we got? Let's show it off and see what's in here. Our regular cards, if you would like those. And that's it. All your trays and stuff that you need. So pretty decent. They did a pretty good job on putting this together. It should be pretty fun to paint. Well, as always, thank you for watching. Thank you to all my members. You guys are absolutely amazing. If you're a subscriber, thank you for subscribing. If you leave comments regularly, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you don't, leave me a comment. I chat with everybody. I try and get everybody involved in the painting. So yeah, but I appreciate everybody supporting the channel, and hopefully we can grow it to the ultimate goal, 100,000 people, which probably never happened, but hey, people can dream. All right, love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Paint on.